Hello, everybody. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, depending on what time you're watching this. I'm here on my main channel, Mean Mr. Mayo, for another Catch Up with Mayo live stream, which is basically is like checking in with you checking in with me, Q&A, what's going on lately, that kind of thing. It's a solo live stream here, just myself, nobody else. And just like the old days, I haven't done one of these here by myself in a long time. So I'm going to try to get back into doing those a little more frequently. And so we'll see how many people become aware on this Sunday morning at 8:30 in the morning that I am here, that I am present. Of course, I did not this time make an announcement. Sometimes I make an announcement, put an ad up. But that's not the case here. So here I am. And here you are, Matchstick Man. Hello, you're my first person here. And Mike Waljasper. Always the faithful viewers that are here early and first, and I appreciate it. So, what's going on, folks? This is just chat between you and me. Hey, Robert S., it's good to see you here. It's been a while. Sorry it didn't work out with Daytime Revolution, the John Lennon movie. So, hello, Dino. What's going on? How are you? Yep. Oh, Cherry Carter, what's up? I was wondering, now that I'm doing the other streams, I'm doing the other live streams right now on my movie channel. Those are the live streams when I have other people up here, guests and so forth. I was wondering if many people would know enough to be here on the main channel for just the solo thing with me. So I don't know. Some people like solo, like when I'm just here. Oh, solo Mayo, as we call it. Other people don't like it. Some people prefer having guests up here. It goes both ways, Uh, you know. Okay, like to see Daytime Revolution, so it's the DVD for me. It's well worth watching, I believe. I enjoyed it. And this is a good time to plug Talk More Talk tomorrow. That's Monday, the 14th. Monday, the 14th at 9 p.m. Eastern Time. On Talk More Talk, we're going to spotlight the Daytime Revolution movie, if anybody is interested. That'll be live and on Talk More Talk, the other channel that I have here. I wear many hats these days. What's going on, George? Last chat with you, Joe. Farewell. What happened? Can you explain? That's unfortunate to hear. What's up? I prefer by yourself. Guests can be annoying at times. I appreciate that, Mystery Train, telling me how you feel because, different strokes for different folks. And I'd also, that would be a topic I'd like to see in here too, because I'm really thinking of cutting down the group panel live streams. Okay. Cutting them down, way down. I don't know if that means not doesn't mean not at all, but let me know. I'd like people to tell me the truth. What do you prefer here? Do you have a preference for just a solo thing here? A lot of people like it better when I'm just by myself because they can get more attention in the comments. I can, spend more time. Okay, Mike, thank you very much. And hello, Melody. What's going on, brother? if it's you, that is. uh, I thought guests made your job a little easier. Well, yes and no. They make it a little easier and sometimes a little more trying, a little more difficult. It goes both ways. There's good points and bad points to everything, I suppose. So no tea this morning, just water. Hi, Beetletti. Good morning. So, yeah, if anybody cares to tell me, do you have a preference, solo or with people? Let me know. Started a bit later today, eh? Yeah. I don't know. I don't know why. Um, Next Sunday, I'm gonna be back here again, but no, not here. I'm actually gonna be over at the school, and that'll be 9 a.m. I'll be starting 9 a.m. next Sunday. I'm pretty sure next Sunday I got to go there. So, tune in next Sunday also at 9 a.m. You know, I just don't know at this point whether it's going to be me doing this again. Probably will, or with people up here. Probably just be me. Okay, I'm both dog sitting and rabbit sitting this weekend in two different homes. Lucky me, huh? Wow, 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 bow, wow, wow, bow, wow, wow. Man, I haven't seen you much. Well, no, I knew you were at the record store the other day. Of course, it was on a day when I wasn't able to make it. Robert, let me tell you something. I saw the movie Terrifier 3, and let me tell you, I've seen whatever it is, hundreds of gruesome slasher films, and I've never. This is the most extreme I've ever seen in my entire 60 years or whatever it's been of watching any kind of gore film. I'm telling you, it's over the top. Okay, Apple Pit says both. That's I like that. That was a loaded question with a safe answer. No, seriously, no, that's honest. I appreciate you like both the group streams and the solo Mayo streams. I know you like to come up. I know that. I like your shirt. Thank you. It was a gift that I got from somebody, one of my viewers, and you know who you are, and I appreciate it. It's the butcher cover. You know, so I'm sorry about the morning train. That sucks, but that's what happens. That's what happens if I'm not wearing the headphones with the mic, the special mic. This little mic here cuts out things like the train sound and stuff like that. But yeah, okay. Let's see what's going on now. Oh, hello, James Farley. As I say hello to you yet. Good morning, Eric. I don't mind you being there alone, but it's even better when you can interact with Danny, Mello, and whoever else may show up. Thank you for your opinion there. And like I say, that I'm going to be doing that Tuesday nights. I want that to be clear. One thing is for sure, pretty much, at least for now. I changed my mind, but right now, Tuesday nights will be probably a group thing. Tuesday nights. Uh, okay. I still want to know if George is out there. George Copeland. I still like to know why he said farewell. This is my last chat. I don't know what that means. I'd like some elaboration, please, because you was like watching them. You got me scared with that movie review. Yeah. Please check out my other channel. I always try to promote it here. I have another channel here called Mr. Cinemayo. That's my movie channel, movies and television shows, movie collecting, physical media of movies, things like that. Please check that out. Let's see. Terrifier 3 sounds like the perfect movie for me. If I want a sick day from work the next day. Yeah, absolutely. Let me tell you, you will get sick. You will get sick. I left the theater and felt a little uneasy. And for me, that's hard to do. But what can I tell you? I'm kind of I get it, you know what I mean? I was sad at the same time seeing Terrifier 3. It's sad for the world in a way because 40 years ago in the 80s, the MPAA, Motion Picture Association of America, really cracked down on that stuff. And back then, as a younger person, I didn't like when they did that. They would take the scissors and just cut everything, all the gore out of the Friday the 13th series and stuff like that. And I mean, the Friday the 13th series, Texas Chainsaw Massacre, stuff like that is now like watching Mary Poppins. Okay. It's like watching Cinderella compared to Terrifier. Let me tell you that. So, yeah, I think I saw the 4D Man once, Jerry. I don't remember much about it except it had a, I think it had jazz music score. It had a jazzy music score. It's, you know, I'm in the middle of watching Interview with a Vampire. It's pretty good. Yeah, I actually did like that movie. That's 40 years old. Or was it 30 years old? I can't even think what it is. Yeah, it's 30 years old. 30 years old. And it's hard to believe Interview with the Vampire is that old now. But it is what it is. Keep in mind also, anybody reading below the banner who doesn't know already, the channel below, Mr. Cinemayo, is where I do live streams if I have other guests on here besides myself, really. So that's why it's good to be subscribed to both, because I do the solo ones here where I have more time. This way I have more time to interact with my audience, which I like to do as I'm doing now. And over on Mr. Cinemayo, I I do a group things. If I have two people up here, three, four, six, whatever I have, uh, do over there, You seem pretty affected by the film in that movie review. You were so careful with your words that it took me by surprise. Yeah, I was trying to think of the right words. It's easier if you have a script, if you have something you can kind of prepare in writing first and then kind of like read the script. I did have a few like bullet points. Sometimes you have to do that. I find it helps to have bullet points. Like remember that you want to put the actors' names down so you can look down. Okay, whatever, I forget the names now. The director look down. Damien Leone. Make sure you have a few bullet notes. But anyway, I think that's pretty much why I was careful with the words. I was trying to, and it's happening right now. I'm careful with the words as I get older, it seems to happen. Things don't just flow anymore. I got to think about it a little more. But anyway, this day in rock in 2008. Oh, this was the day. This was that historic day where Ringo made a foolish video saying, "I'm warning you with peace and love, no more autographs." That was today. Wow. Just heard the Wings call me back again. What's your take? Love it? Hate it? Meh? I love, 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 love the track Call Me Back Again from the Venus and Mars album. Absolutely love it. The thing is, a lot of people say it's better Wings Over America live. I don't agree with that. It's good, very good. Wings Over America is very good. Does anybody hear the toilet? But I really like the studio version. Same thing for Letting Go. I like Letting Go, the studio. I generally like studio better all the way than live. It's just the way it is. But I can understand if there are people who don't like Call Me Back Again. I can understand that. There's a TV channel I don't even know about. Didn't even know about until yesterday, called Catchy Comedy, something like that. They were showing nonstop Laurel and Hardy movies all weekend. Next week will be Three Stooges. Okay, very good. I don't know why I never heard of that. This day in rock 70. See, Mellow D is going to do it here. If he's not going to do it on screen, he'll do it here. But it's okay. I need commenters. I need comments. I need participants. Thank you. This day in rock 74. TV host Ed Sullivan died. Fact. Thank you, everybody, for joining me here. It's refreshing to be doing this by myself, to do a catch up with Mayo. See, the thing I always say, though, is I want to do the catch up with Mayos regularly, but not too regularly, because there's not always stuff to catch up with. If you're doing it every week or something, you don't always have stuff to talk about. So that's the only thing about that. The other thing about that is because I go to that classroom that I go to 2 Sundays a month. I have to have stuff to fill the time. By the way, like I said, this shirt is a gift. I appreciate it. The only thing is, it's too large. It's too large. But you got to keep on like stretching it out to see the words. So you go like this, and the words are gone. I don't. It's not that I don't appreciate it. I'm just the gift. I'm just telling you. So Okay. Riley said Priscilla will be buried at Graceland if she wants to be. Who's Riley? Google says there are 6 songs McCartney wanted for Beatles songs and it didn't make it. I know like half of them. Every Night, Junk, Teddy Boy, Another Day. Yeah, those true, very true. Those are songs that might have been Beatles songs. There's a What's My Line from the early 60s with Ed Sullivan as the mystery guest. He puts on a caveman mask so the host keeps cracking up. You can grow into it, the shirt, really, very funny. However, I'll be growing more out of it because I lost 4 pounds this past week. Thank you. But let's see. You might be surprised, but every day there's always something new to comment about, ironically. I hope so. You know, oh, I didn't know that Riley was Priscilla Presley's daughter. Didn't know that. Sorry. What's that under my Beatles rock and roll music cover with 3 Beatles faces? That's a 45 RPM record case with the Beatles. Thanks, Matchstick Man. I appreciate that. And let us continue. Okay, the SpaceX rocket catch that just happened a few moments ago was incredible. I don't know what that is about. Wow. I'm out of the loop. Out of the loop. This is the place, if you like, you can react to excuse me, certain videos I've done lately. I don't know, anything, requests, comments, criticisms. Yeah, everybody, let's do a virtual fist bump, shall we? It's what I like.
This is for that's not a fist bump. That's what I like. I'm gonna take a
Let's do that. Talking about a movie that I did on my movie channel, a review, The Giant Behemoth. Movie looks like something to watch part of at a time for amusement, like the giant Gila monster. No, the giant Gila monster is very silly and bad. The giant behemoth is dead serious. It's dead serious. It's not really something for amusement. If we're talking about in the funny sense, you know what I mean. How many were in the Terrifier screening? Didn't count them, but you got to remember, I saw a matinee at 11 a.m. It was a Saturday at 11 a.m. So there weren't a hell of a lot of people there. I didn't count them. I mean, not many. There weren't many, but it's doing really well. I heard it made $15 million already. I think the first day, because this report was on Saturday morning and just for Friday. Anyway, it only cost, I think, $5 million to make, around there, I think. Something like that. Yes, James, I did see that new video. Very amusing. I certainly did. Unfortunately, there were kids at the movie, and I got to tell you, I'm not really an old stickler like that. I mean, I know when I was a kid, to show you how things have changed. In 1974, when I was like 12 years old. I had wanted to see the movie Westworld, and my cousin and I, who was also 12, we tried to get in. And there's a nasty old lady with the one used to walk around with the flashlight. Tell you can't come in here. It said PG. It was a PG movie, parental guidance, and they really enforced it back then. They wouldn't let you go in to see a PG movie, even. You know, and at the time, of course, we thought, oh, it was ridiculous, really, because there's nothing in Westworld that was bad. You know what I mean? There's nothing. But now, anybody, this movie's unrated. It's not even rated R. It's unrated, which means it's even more, extreme. And I don't think that they should have children seeing these movies. Now, I know. When I was a kid, I thought, boo, boo, hiss. You're really denying us the pleasure of it. And I really didn't appreciate that. We can handle it. I can handle it. You don't need to, take me by the hand or tell me what to do. No, kids should not see the Terrifier movies. I'm telling you, it's that extreme. I don't think there's anything left that you can possibly do with this in violence. Now, I saw interviews with the director, a writer, Damien Leone, and he said that he's got kills in his mind, like things he wants to put on screen, different methods of killing that he can't believe, And when you see the interviews with the guy, he seems like a pretty normal, regular guy. That's what I love about this. People, like, they freak out. Oh, what kind of sicko made this movie? What kind of crazy minds made this? Watch the movie. Go look some interviews up with this guy. He's about I think he said he's 40 years old. Go see Damien Leone and see him talk about Terrifier 3, and you'll see he's just a regular guy. Tom Magnotti says Box Office Mojo has Terrifier at 5.8 million on its first day. All I know is I read 15 million. I don't know. By the way, you should know, Tom, it did better than Joker, the new Joker movie, Joker 2, whatever it is. That stupid dance movie or what, musical, whatever it is. I get granted I haven't seen it, so I don't know exactly. Got to see it to judge. I may love it if I saw it, but it's beating Joker 2. That's the buzz in all the articles. Hopefully the paper system for government services keeps existing for a while and doesn't go away. Yes, absolutely. Not too much to say about that. One day, we need like a huge internet crash that let everybody, like, does it scurries around like ants, not knowing what to do, and then they'll learn. But anyway. Well, first of all, it sounds completely pointless. The only description of the storyline is that a clown goes around killing people as they drift off to sleep. That is not what the movie's about, okay? That is not. It's not about when they go to sleep. That's crazy. Believe me, he kills them when they're very much alive. And, in the shower, in the shower, in the department store where he plays Santa Claus, there are really no holds barred in this. Is Terrifier 3 more horror than The Exorcist? It's more gore. It's more gore and blood and guts than The Exorcist. I don't know about more horror. Depends on your definition of horror, Yeah. Did better than Joker 2. Joker 2 was a disaster on all levels, both financially and critically, from what I've heard. Yeah. I don't think literally the the entire internet getting disabled worldwide as possible. Well, let's hope not, or hope so, depending on your take on it. No, I don't. I don't. That would be a disaster for me too. I mean, nobody wants to be that screwed up, having your life into turmoil like that. Well, good morning. I was wondering what day they were going to do that, turn the clocks back. I was wondering. So rare that our schedules align. Well, there you go. Okay. How would you rank the Terrifier movies? And this new one, in my opinion, is the best of the three, in my opinion. The second, it goes backwards, 3, 2, 1, in my opinion. This is a rare series that so far in the first trilogy has gotten better as it went on, I think, which doesn't usually happen. Usually the first one, that's the best. Sometimes they go down after that. But that's just the way that I feel about it, you know. And it's not for everybody, and that's all right. You know what I mean? People don't get it. They don't get it. What can I say? It's just all make believe. It's all fake. You know what I mean? It's thing about modern horror movies is that there doesn't seem to have much of a storyline. You can just turn on the local news and hear about people getting shot if you want to hear about murder. Look, Eric, we can agree to disagree on this. I mean, I know what you mean, but no, actually, this is for people that want to see it and not just hear about it, that it happened. But it's not real. Remember, it's not real. It's not the same as watching I don't know, Faces of Death or actual archival footage of disasters. This is make believe. It's people acting, and fake effects. And I like that in the movie they use practical effects, not CGI. At least 90. I think he said 90% or 95% of what they do is physical effects, and only like tiny bit of enhanced CGI for things. But anyway, and no, about the storyline, I've always said this. I want a movie to have a story. My favorite movies that I've ever liked in my life have a good storyline and also have good characters. Well, I got to tell you, the character of Art the Clown, that's the guy that does these heinous killings. Art the Clown is quite developed as a character, believe it or not. And there's a little bit of a story here, but but at the same time, once in a while I can see a movie that doesn't have a story at all. And if I know what I'm in for, and if sometimes I always say you check your bags at the door, you check your high expectations at the door, and all you do is say, I'm just going to be on a roller coaster for the next 2 hours. And that's it. You know what I mean? And you're not looking for a story, although there is a story developing with this somewhat. Well, if you think there are better things to watch them. Don't bother us. You know what I mean? And I know, Eric, you're one of my. Please don't be offended. You're one of my favorite viewers. The only thing is, I'm not reacting just to you. I'm reacting to just in general. You're sparking off like thoughts that I have in general, the general attitude out there. You know what I mean? People, it's like, what can I tell you? Obviously, it's not for you. I don't want to watch too many rom-coms. They're not for me. I don't care about war movies. The movies about World War II, World War One. I'm not interested in that. That's not for me. Better things to watch. There you go. Okay. And, if it's a toss up between the two, I think I would agree with you, Rob, but I don't know why it has to be one or the other. Seems sex is more censored than violence. That's odd. Yeah, it's an odd world today. Like I said, we're in a sewer, we're in a cesspool, and it is pushing the envelope all these decades. I mean, they wouldn't do anything. There's so many things they wouldn't allow in the early days of movies. After the code. After they started putting the code in. They cut the littlest things. And the reason they did that, I believe, is to try to protect us from the mess we're in now. I mean, look, it is true. You show too much violence in movies, too much craziness in music, too much, you let too much go through, and then you have a depraved society and anarchy. And that's what we have today. So I get it. Oh, look at this. The phone's beeping. Jeez, stop. All right, let's go. The Dave Clark Five. I'm not familiar with their albums. I like the Dave Clark Five quite a bit, but I have a really good. I think it's called History of the Dave Clark Five. It's a really good 2 CD set, and that's fine for me. You know. No. Well, the thing is, it seems like every movie they kind of delve more and more into explaining a little bit more. Kind of. Well, the idea is that as it goes on, we're going to learn more and more about the origins and what he's about as we go on. No, I don't think they want to do that. No, no, no. I don't think they want to do that. And I think it's a good idea. Well, if you do you mean in the movie or do you mean in real life? If you mean in the movie, you don't see him out of costume, but of course he does interviews, and I forget his name now. David, I want to get it right. David Thornton. Oh, I don't have it handy here. David Howard Thornton. David Howard Thornton. I've seen again. You see the things that he does in the movie, and you're like grossed out. Then you see interviews with him. He's the nicest guy in the world, and even the director says he's like the greatest guy out of costume. And it's pretend. It's remember when we were children, it was called pretend, make believe. Remember, all you sensitive types, and there are even moments in there where he says he was getting a little nauseated by some of the things that he had to do. So, all right. Got this phone buzzing. So, I've never seen Happiness, but I've been hearing a little bit about it lately. It's almost time for trick or treat. No, not Halloween. Election Day. Good one. Good one. Yeah, I think Halloween is going to come late this year, November 5th, right? I think. So, back in the days of the code, they went to ridiculous extremes of censorship. They couldn't even show a married couple in their pajamas sitting up in the same bed, as if that would corrupt anyone. Yeah, exactly. But as extreme as that sounds of censorship, I get what they were doing because, like, I believe that they were trying to protect the society from getting completely deranged. And now, look at us now, decades and decades later. Yeah. So I understand it. But now, you know what? If you can't beat them, join them. I guess I don't mean, I mean in the movies. In the movies, if you can't beat them, join them in the movies. That's what I meant. Yeah, that's the kind of thing, like, out of context, that you could do from a certain, politician that they do that to, take the first part, leave out the second part, stuff like that. Oh, good morning, Scott. What's going on? Clowns used to be funny. 20 of them in a little car squirting lapel flowers and oversized shoes. Well, Art the Clown is still funny. See, that's the thing that people like about him. The character of Art the Clown does make you laugh in between the killings. It's crazy because the guy's got a lot of charisma. He's very flamboyant. He'll do stuff. He'll do stuff like, I can't do the thing. We like, oh, he'll laugh and stuff. Like, that's why that's why they. He's a very good character. He is. He's humorous in between these. Then you can't. Next thing you know, he's got a chainsaw and sticking it where the sun don't shine. You know what I mean? I mean, it's like that's like the level of what we're talking about here. I haven't seen Rear Window in a long time, but I do like it. But I don't love it, but I do like it. Let me see something here. I just want to send a message. Anyway, I was going to send a message, but I decided against it. What's the newest movie you can think of that you just absolutely love? Thanksgiving on the horror field. Thanksgiving, Saw 10. I thought I thought those were really really good. I'm trying to think if there were non horror films. I like non horror films too, of course, but it's been a while since I remember one that really sticks out in my head as a movie that I really liked. Have you heard anything about the Brian Epstein movie, about how his story is presented, what is emphasized? Nah, we'll see as we go. I've seen a trailer and I've seen a clip, which it doesn't look promising to me, to tell you the truth. But it's coming out soon. Uh, it sounds like Art the Clown is a type of American Psycho character, just like the film American Psycho. They sound similar in their behavior. I haven't seen American Psycho, so I don't know. All right. I did not see the new Salem's Lot, and I didn't like the original much when I saw it. I do love the book. The book Salem's Lot was really good. What's your favorite Hitchcock movie? I have to say The Birds. It's a horror movie. I like it. The Birds, but I like The Birds. I like Psycho, but I also like Rear Window, which we talked about. I liked Rope. I remember seeing Rope and thinking that was really good. And I like the movie that I always forget the title of it. I always forget the title of it, and people remind me of it. I still forget it. It's the one with Joseph Cotton playing the uncle or something like that. Is it Shadow of a Doubt? I think. Yeah, I know that. Yeah, Raymond Burr played the bad guy in Rear Window. This is true. Hello, Rich. The It clown from It was scary. Uh, I'm not. I have no real feeling about clowns, either one way or the other in movies. North by Northwest, that was good. I saw it. I find it a little confusing. It's a kind of movie I think benefits from repeat viewings. Um, I like The Man Who Knew Too Much. I think there were a couple versions of that. I like the one with Jimmy Stewart. Oh yeah, thank you for reminding me. Very good, Scott. See, sometimes petty people to remind me. I can't remember. I did very much like the newest Godzilla movie, Godzilla -1. Yeah. No, that wasn't the one that I think it was Shadow of a Doubt. I think is the name of it. Joseph Cotton is in it. I'm a big fan of Mothra. Also, a lot of people are not. But the Mothra, I like that character. And I like the movie, the original Mothra, 1961, I think. I hope a lot of people here think about subscribing to my movie channel, because I'm just wondering. Let me put it back up there, Mr. Cinemayo. Right now, for the foreseeable future, that's the title. Because there are people that are talking movies, and I think most of you who are talking movies are already subscribed over there. But please consider it. Clowns always get a bad rap. It's a noble profession. Interesting. Yeah, I think that. Well, I don't know if he started it, but it definitely was. See, that's real. That's reality. That's the difference. I'm not into reality stuff like that. Real stars. I've told you many times, folks. I cannot watch movie programs that show you real medical procedures. Stuff like that. Cannot watch movies or shows like, as I say, what's it called, Doctor Pimple Popper? No, just the title makes me cringe. Greetings, folks. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Cheers. Mr. Cinemayo sounds like a brand I've known for years. The name has a good hook to it. Yeah, it was very easy to think of because it had cinema in it, and then Mayo in it. So it worked out pretty good. I say many times, I thought it, I've been thinking of hundreds of names, it seems, using different names, a couple of dozen names I've used. I always liked Cinemayo. I thought of it myself. A lot of people thought of it when I was asking for titles. What, anybody got any good ideas? Something with the, do with movies, theater, cinema. Anybody got any ideas? And they said, "How about Cinemayo?" And I'm like, I thought of that already, but very easy to think of that. Zombie movies? What do you mean? What about them? I'm okay with crime scene photos. Gave my friend a deck of playing cards with mafia hits. Well, see, that's the kind of thing. If I see a crime scene photo, it's hard for me to look at that because it's real. I like zombie movies. I feel like the zombie genre is done to death. I think it's one of those genres that we don't need anymore. Walking Dead zombie movies. I think it has been enough. But I've always liked them. And George Romero, I like Night of the Living Dead and Day of the Dead. In fact, I think Day of the Dead is probably my favorite of the trilogy, actually. Dawn of the Dead, the one everybody likes the most. The middle one, I'm not as big about into it as much. How many of the Beatles autographs do I have? I have Paul's autograph and Ringo's autograph. That's it. I mean, they vary so much. It's strange what Romero chooses as his favorites. You concur in the zombie. You concur in the zombie choices, zombie movie ratings. I love Day of the Dead. Day of the Dead, love it. That's my favorite. I like the whole underground bunker thing. The underground, trying to stay alive underground, hide from the zombies under there. I like that. And no, it's not really the same kind of zombie. But have you seen White Zombie with Lugosi? Oh, absolutely, sure. It's one of Lugosi's best horror movies. He's great in it. It is slow. It is creaky. Because it's 1932. I don't just blame the year because this movies from the 30s that move quickly, like the original Frankenstein from 1931, moves pretty quickly, and it doesn't drag like Dracula kind of drags. The Mummy drags, but Frankenstein is pretty moving, and same thing with Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde from 1931-32, which directed by Ruben Mamoulian, Frederick March. That's one of the best of all early horror movies. And plus, as Tom says, zombies are disrespectful to the dead. Yeah, and of course that line comes from Danny Ambrosi, who sometimes does the live shows with me. He thinks that it's disrespectful to show dead people rising from the dead. Crazy, but he knows I think it's weird. It's a good, quick name that we can remember. Cinema with 2 letters added. Cinemayo. Now, is this less than Omega Man? Is less than I Am Legend or greater than I Am Legend? I don't know what we're talking about. I much prefer the Omega Man. I saw the Omega Man in the movie theater when I was 9 years old. Fell in love with it. It's the right movie at the right age, and I absolutely love it. Omega Man is one of my very favorite movies. And then I think there's another movie. Oh, you did it backwards. Okay, you mean it's greater than that? I effed up. I did it backwards. Yeah, as far as I Am Legend goes, Will Smith was good in it. I didn't have a problem with Will Smith at all. A problem I had with was they decided to ruin it by using CGI creatures. And what the hell? You never heard of makeup anymore? You know what I mean? So there you go. Zombie movies are like so canceled. Yeah. And of course, in the Omega Man, and it's not zombies, it's like a plague, disease kind of thing. Yeah. So, Welcome, folks, if you're just joining. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Just give me a moment. Not to be confused with 28 Days. I like 28 Days Later and 28 Weeks Later. I think those are two good movies. Surprised they never made another one. What would it be, 28 Months Later? I don't know. I think Danny has a kind of a good point about that issue of The Living Dead that I've never considered before. I actually gave Danny a chance to come up, but he didn't get the message early enough. I mean, not up here. I was going to do a Joe and Danny show at the other channel, which again, please, just to remind you, subscribe there too, because I do shows over there sometimes where I have guests up here as well as myself. So that's over at the, Mr. Mayo. Now, Tom says the new one is coming. All right. The new 28 Weeks Later movie. Did you see the new Alien movie? It was pretty good. I didn't like it too much, but I'll tell you my reasons why if you go over and look at it. If you go over to my other channel, I did a review for Alien Romulus. And also, Tom and I here, Tom Hagnotti, there's two things. We also did a live discussion. So you can watch the live presentation. Look at the playlists under live over Mr. Cinemayo. We talked about it live, and then also I did my own little review on it. 28 years later, actually scheduled for June 2025. Oh, it's called 28 Years Later. That's interesting. All right. Hello, George. Music for all four seasons. Frankie Valli and the Four Seasons expert extraordinaire. I like the idea of the werewolf movie where the guy transforms whenever he gets agitated, like Bruce Banner turning into the Hulk. Yeah, that's it. That's the movie called The Werewolf. Simple title from 1956. There's a movie show that I do with Tom Hagnotti and Tim Allen over at my movie channel. Again, if you like movies like television shows, we do that. We don't have a regular day or time for it. We're trying to do them Thursday night, Thursday late afternoon, 5:30 in the afternoon, around there, something like 5:30, around that hour. On usually trying for Thursday nights, but sometimes we might do them on Mondays or Wednesdays. Who knows? So, but just if you subscribe over there, I'll keep you notified as I put up the ads, the trailer or whatever you want to call it. It's not really a trailer, it's an ad. Chiller Theater, yeah, absolutely. I grew up with Chiller Theater. Glad you like the shirt here. It's the butcher cover. It's too large, the shirt, but so it's like swimming all over, but you get the idea. It's I don't usually wear white, so what the hell, something different too. Once again, I'd like to remind you all to tune in next Sunday. I should be over at the classroom, where I call it the detention center, and I should be there about 9 a.m. I start later if I'm at the school thing, usually 9 a.m. And it's not every Sunday, but I may have to do 2 Sundays in a row over there. Maybe it's been a while. No, I'm not. I never saw it. Well, put it this way: I've never seen Ghost of Mr. Chicken. I know it was on Svengoolie last night. I just don't care. I like Don Knotts. I think Don Knotts was a funny man, but I've never seen Ghost of Mr. Chicken, and I skipped Svengoolie, but I did watch a little bit of Fiend Without a Face from 1958. That was the second feature, and that's pretty good. But I like older movies. Even though I'm going on today about seeing the new Terrifier 3 Gorefest, I always prefer movies from the 30s, 40s, and 50s, horror wise, 60s, 70s, Subtle is okay with me. More subtle is okay. Not a problem. Well, the thing about this is too, there are different people that are awake or active at different times. That's why sometimes I like to do it differently. I don't like to make just, do it in the mornings only, because like if I do them Sunday mornings, like this, Sunday mornings like this are okay, but there are people that are here that can't be here at night, and there are people that can't be here in the morning that only are here at night. So you try to take care of everybody if you can. Hello, John. What's going on? You know it's hard to take care of everybody. But see, the thing is, like I said, this particular thing, this catch up with Mayo thing, I don't like doing it. More than even one show a week is pushing it. So is that 45 case new to your collection? No, it's been here a while. I used to have it up on the top of the shelves, and I had to make space for something else, so I put it down there temporarily. That is temporarily. I just watched the trailer for Midas Man. It looks like it could be good. Biopics always have defects where they overlook important details and overemphasize others. Yeah, I don't like, first of all, I don't like that he says, I'm Brian Epstein. He never said Brian Epstein. He called himself Epstein. His family commented on that, and people who do him, they know he said Epstein. That's a big mistake. Now, you may say, oh, what's the big deal? So they say Epstein. But no, that's not the way Brian liked to pronounce it. He introduces himself in the trailer, and the Beatles look ridiculous in it. And that just, and seeing Jay Leno as Ed Sullivan, those are my first feelings that are kind of ridiculous about it. But as I say, I'm going to watch it and see if I'm wrong. I may end up enjoying it. There may be more to like than to dislike. And of course, I'll give it to you straight. None of this sycophant stuff for me. Biopics or biopics are rarely good. Yeah, that's true. From my experience, anyway. I don't know. The only one I have is the one he had, Cellar Full of Noise, and I've perused that a few times. That book, and that's his. He wrote that. It's his account. I think there is room to catch up every day about something. Just my opinion. Yeah, I know what you're saying, but for all intents and purposes, for this, it's not as easy. Not as easy. Creativity can be endless at times. True dat. True dat. As the saying goes. All right, cheers. I don't think John called it that. I thought that was a joke for the Ruddles TV show. I could be wrong. Yes, I do think I could pull that off. Unfortunately, I think I could. I was thinking, it'd be good to go as Art the Clown one year, but I can't do Art the Clown. You got to be 6 feet. He's 6'2", and you got he's really really skinny. That doesn't work. Svengoolie, though, I could see doing that, but I read Sid Bernstein's book, who promoted the Shea Stadium concert. He mentioned how he and Brian Epstein used the two different pronunciation of their names and that they were amused by it. Yeah. Okay. But I know he liked Epstein, and you can hear it in the Beatles in some actual Beatles clips. his secretary in the first U.S. visit is on the phone and says the manager's name is Mr. Brian Epstein. You know, and John Lennon always called him Epstein as well. Petty Lane, good morning. Did your family in Florida get hit hard by the hurricane? Thank you for asking, but no, they were very lucky. First of all, they left and they drove, I think, 3 hours away to Boca Raton to stay with some friends just to be on the safe side. And it turns out that when they got back home, no damage, nothing. It was really lucky, and I'm happy about that. So, that's his name, Rich Kaz Svengoolie, had a series 20 years ago, Stooge-a-Palooza, where he showed their movies and talked about co-stars like Vernon Dent and Bud Jameson. And I'm such a Stooges guy that I actually know who you mean. I know who they are, Vernon Dent and Bud Jameson. Yes. Vernon Dent was real, both of them were really good foils for the Stooges, you know. Yeah. They were good. Yeah. Okay, folks. Thank you again for checking in here. I'm going to try to do these catch up with Mayo things more regularly. I'm going to try to tone down the group thing. I think I've been neglecting this solo stint here too often, so I'm going to be going back to the solo things more often. Catch up with Mayo here on the Mean Mr. Mayo channel, but I'm not going to completely stop the other things. No, I'm still going to have group get-togethers. That's going to be over at Mr. Cinemayo. So you got two channels. There's a biography of Vernon Dent called Stooge Heavy. Good title. Good title. Is it easy for you to memorize the actors, directors, and so on from all the movies you've watched, or it takes you a while to memorize all those names when you first get to know them? Well, some things are easy, like Vernon Dent, Bud Jameson. I know certain actors from things that I like a lot. But if talking about like a new movie, like when I see Terrifier 3, I have to write the names down. I have to have a little notepad with me so that I can refer to it as I'm talking about the movies. I've also made a discovery. I was doing a lot of searching to see, because, I've talked about this before, that I thought, I still wonder if I should have a separate movie channel. I have everything over here. And I'm always in turmoil about that. I like the idea of having a separate channel. I've always liked the idea of just having a place just to go for movies, especially horror and stuff. But it doesn't do as well. Well, there's a couple of reasons for that. First reason is I don't keep up with the content. I don't put content up frequently enough. It's that simple. However, I was going through all the videos looking at subscribers counts, and I noticed that the ones that do better, and the ones that I get a lot of subscribers for, are non-reviews. It seems that movie reviews isn't really where the viewership or subscribers build up. It's mostly in things where you're going out shopping, looking for discs, showing movies that I recently acquired. Here's some movies I acquired recently, folks. Those videos do really well. Or anything like one of my biggest, I think the most successful in terms of getting subscribers was something I did about 4K quality. I wrote 4K. Is it really necessary? Things like that, talking about topics of relating to movies or collecting and stuff like that. I think that got 70 on the nose. It says 70 subscribers when I look just on that one video. I mean, some movie reviews get 1 subscriber, 0 subscribers, 2 subscribers, 0, 0, 1, 1, 1. So the movie reviews don't really take off, and mostly what I'm doing are movie reviews. So I got to start thinking about other things to do for the movie channel and not just movie reviews. Okay, so Bud Jameson was in some of Stan Laurel's earliest films, like Just Rambling Along in 1918. That's a long time ago. Oh, absolutely. Emil Sitka and Christine McIntyre. Absolutely. The beautiful, lovely Christine McIntyre and Emil Sitka, who was really great. Really great. And also, don't forget Kenneth MacDonald. Kenneth MacDonald, who played Ichabod Slip in some of the Shemp ones. I like him. You need more clickbaity titles and holding your face type thumbnails, right? You got to do like yeah, I know. Hey, you got to play the game sometimes. Congratulations, you've reached the 15,000 subscribers, but maybe, is like you said, maybe views are more important than. No, definitely. No, don't get me wrong. Views are the most important thing. There's no doubt about that. It's nice to have a good amount of subscribers, but they don't. I mean, like on my movie channel, I have on the movie channel, I have about 1,800 subscribers. I'm trying to get to 2,000, right? I have about 1,800 subscribers, but if I do a movie review, it'll have 100 views. I'm averaging like 100 views. Sometimes it goes 150, 200, 100 to 200 views, but 1,800 subs. So the subs don't matter that much. They matter early on when if you're trying to monetize. You got to have a certain amount of subs to do that. And stuff like that. But it's the views, really, I think, in the long run, that are what really carry you. So there you go. Yeah, the Home Alone face. Yeah. Oh yeah, like clip. Yeah, I saw Terrifier 3 and had a heart attack. Yeah, and people look down. I don't like clickbait either. Here's the thing: I don't like clickbait when the content is not what the title said. I don't mind clickbait titles if the substance of what the content of the video is follows the title. No, I have not read a Shemp biography. No. Do you think it would be a good idea that if someone didn't watch the channel for a year, they would get automatically unsubscribed? Nah, I don't think anything. I don't have any thought on that. No, I don't think that's necessary or a good idea. But I was going to do an experiment. I was thinking of doing an experiment and taking the Terrifier 3 gory, grotesque, over-the-top, bloody review movie, and putting that on Mean Mr. Mayo next to the Beatles content and see how well it does. One thing's for sure: if I'm getting around 100, between 100 to 200 views over on the movie channel for Terrifier 3, I guarantee I'll get between 300 and 400 over here on Mean Mr. Mayo. It's just the way it is. But I still don't like the idea of mixing Terrifier 3 and Blood and Guts with I Want to Hold Your Hand. I just can't get behind that. I might have mentioned before, but Curly Jerome Howard was buried 5 minutes walking distance from my house. That just blows my mind. Well, the thing about that is, if you did mention it, DJ, I don't recall it. So there you go. Just a random selection of notes in no particular order. You got that right. That's jazz music to me. And this guy.
Go for it. Put this on. It's just a random selection of notes in no particular order. For fuck's sake.
There you go. I think your movie review was spot on since you presented both sides and a sort of warning atmosphere was present during the whole video. I really don't know if I want to see it, but curiosity kills me. Well, there you go. Well, that's good. I appreciate that, Home. I appreciate that I was able to stir that up, a little bit of the good, the bad, the cautious, and, be aware, watch it, you know, go and proceed cautiously. But the fact that you have curiosity is interesting because I really would love to. I don't know if that's your kind of thing, if that's your bag or not. But I'd be interested in what you think. It helps to have seen the second movie. That's one thing, Terrifier 2, because I saw Terrifier 2, but it's been over a year and a half or something. So I didn't remember the details. So when I saw Terrifier 3, I didn't know who certain characters were, and I didn't know what they were doing. And then after the movie was over, I went back and read about it, and I refreshed my memory as to what went on in Terrifier 2. And now I get it. Now I understand a lot of the scenarios and people and characters and motivation and all that stuff. Well, thank you, Rocco, but it's not a sweatshirt. It's just a T-shirt, but fits like a sweatshirt because it's oversized. It's too big. But thank you. But if I didn't like it, I wouldn't wear it, Maybe I'll stay on for a few more minutes. Very good. Did I have to peel it to uncover? Nope. Dun 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 I want to know who's the first one to tell me what that is, what music that is, what show that music's from. I think is Rocco the one that knows a lot of that stuff? I've worn, I wore buttons or pins to shows and things like that. If I go to a certain show, should I do the music again? Dun 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 Penny Lane actually got it. Wow. Penny Lane. Very good. Rocco was right there. That Lily, the grandpa. I just took a long pause. I muted it because a never-ending heavy train went by. So I love the incidental music. Yep, me too. Yeah, Herman used to hit the couch and all the dust would fly up. Buck, I think your comment about Grandpa Munster is lost in the shuffle. I don't know. Mr. Gateman, Herman's boss. Yeah, played by John Carradine, the great John Carradine, David Carradine's father. Okay, people, I'm going to stay on just for another 5 minutes. So this is the last time anybody wants to make a comment, talk about something, whatever. I got 5 minutes left, and then I'll say see you next time. But a little bit, and then I got some plugging to do at the end if I remember. That's right. Thank you very much. Yeah, tonight the Mets are on. I'm going to watch it, but I'm a jinx a lot of times. I don't like thinking like that, but when I watch the Mets, a lot of times they lose. But I'm a little uncomfortable with them playing the Dodgers. I'd rather they were playing the Padres. And by the way, what is the deal with somebody tell me the deal with the Yankees? Where are the Yankees at this point? I really don't want them to make it. But are they already in? Did they make it already to the pennant? What's the deal? Are you doing a live stream tomorrow morning? Honestly, I don't know. I'm going to play it by ear. You know, I don't know. I might be doing it. You know, we might be doing my idea about it, the Joe and Danny show, just me and Danny for a while. I don't really know, but I'm still going to be doing open. You know, the open show is really going to be Tuesday night. You know, the Tuesday night show when I'm at the school. That's definitely going to be. I'm going to do that as an open panel kind of thing. Do you like when you wash your clothes, it smells like detergent, or you rather have it have no smell? I never thought about it at all. I don't care. I liked when Paul Lynde played the nearsighted doctor. Yeah, Dr. Dudley. He would accidentally break his glasses just before Herman arrived, so he just thought Herman was a big guy. The Yankees are playing the Guardians, aka the Indians. That is so stupid. I'm sorry, folks. Think what you want. Changing the Indians' name to the Guardians. What a joke, the Cleveland Guardians. All right, we've got a couple of minutes left. Maybe I'll spend it to do plugging. Okay. If anything comes up, I'll talk about it while I'm plugging. So, well, Elliot, you're here too late, man. Good morning. I'm going to be leaving. Elliot went with me to see Daytime Revolution. We both loved it. Yeah, Harvey Korman played a psychiatrist. Yeah. German accent on episode of The Munsters. Yes. I didn't know that was the question. If the new Batman character, the Penguin, is a woman, no. The same reason, and it's not a sexist thing. The same reason I wouldn't want Catwoman to be a man, Catman. You know what I mean? Catwoman is Catwoman, and Penguin is a man. That's it. All right. On that note, let's say thank you. But I have a plug. Don't forget, tomorrow, Monday night, I'm going to be doing Talk More Talk live. That's at 9 p.m. Eastern. Check it out. Talk More Talk. And it's funny. And Tom Magnotti will be there. We'll be talking about the Daytime Revolution. And I hope you have enough. Did you see it yet, Tom? Do you have a chance to see it before tomorrow night? I hope so. And that was funny. So that's 9 o'clock p.m. talking about the John and Yoko Daytime Revolution movie. I'll be there with Tom Magnotti, Ken Michaels, and Kit O'Toole. We'll be talking about that over there. And then also, I don't know what my schedule is going to be like for live streams in the morning or not, but I know Tuesday night I'll be doing one about 7 p.m., give or take. 7 p.m. Eastern, be doing a live stream. That's over on my other channel. Got to do both channels. The other channel, Mr. Mayo. Okay, good for you, Tom. I'm looking forward to your opinion on the movie. And Tom, do you know at this point if we're going to be having a movie discussion? We'll aim for Thursday around 5:30 p.m. I don't know if you have to get back to me on that. It's a little early in the week, you know. But if you can do that, let me know. We'll try to like work it out somehow. Okay, I really appreciate that, Buck. Thank you very much for all your comments. And that's it. So I'll talk to you all soon. I'm just waiting to see if Tom has an answer for that. Or you can always text me. You don't have to, you know. Oh, we should be good for Thursday. Okay, I hope so. So tentatively, check out on Mr. Cinemayo. We're doing a live Q&A movie discussion with Tim Allen, hopefully, and Tom Hignati. And that'll be Thursday. Should be around 5:30 Eastern, something like that. I'll be putting the notices up on my movie channel. Just subscribe to both. You'll get the ads, you'll get the notices, and hit the bell for the notices. I think I covered it all. All right, everybody. Cheerio. Thank you. This was a lot of fun again.